This is our fourth lesson in the Implementing Routing Facilities for Branch Offices and Mobile Workers module. In it, we will discuss the challenges of connecting an increasingly mobile workforce to corporate assets. Mobile workers have become power users, who may not even need a full-time office, but require a professional environment and support services on demand. From collaboration to presence services, remote access solutions are an extension of the converged network. They present similar requirements in terms of security, quality of service, and management transparency. We will take a look at some of the trends and solutions. The Enterprise Mobile Worker solution provides an always-on, secure, and centrally managed connection from multiple global locations to the corporate network. It enables businesses to meet several requirements. Some of them are listed here. It provides continuity of operations if employee access to the workplace is lost due to inclement weather, commuter issues, man-made or natural disasters, etc. It also increases responsiveness across geographical functions, as well as business and decision-making boundaries. It is important that it provides secure, reliable, and manageable employee access to critical network assets and confidential information. Even more critical, it should be cost-effective as a way to extend data, voice, video, and real-time applications over a common network connection. In the end, the bottom line is that it should increase employee productivity, satisfaction, and retention. The first consideration that must be addressed when connecting the mobile worker is the choice of a suitable access network technology. Mobile workers typically use diverse applications such as email, web-based applications, real-time collaboration, voice, etc. Those applications require a high bandwidth connection. Therefore, the second consideration for a remote connectivity solution is bandwidth availability, which is usually tied to the access technology. Possible options for providing high bandwidth include residential cable, DSL, and wireless solutions. Other components are related to infrastructure services. VPNs establish secure tunnels over existing broadband connections between the central site and mobile workers' remote sites, and also from their laptops and desktops. Site-to-site VPNs, on one hand, are used to achieve an always-on, transparent VPN connection for home users. Remote access VPNs are used to provide an on-demand, secure connection from multiple locations. The choice of IPsec VPNs or SSL VPNs depends on multiple factors, such as the choice of applications and endpoint management issues. Another component is security controls that safeguard the corporate network and prevent unguarded backdoors. They include firewalls, intrusion prevention systems, and URL filtering services, amongst others. Authentication options define who gets access to resources and is achieved by deploying identity-based network services. Some of the components here are AAA servers, or Authentication, Authorization, and Accounting servers, 802.1x port-based access control, Cisco Security and Trust Agents, and others. Quality of service is key. These options address application availability and behavior. These mechanisms must be used to prioritize traffic and optimize the use of WAN bandwidth. They should achieve adequate performance for applications that are sensitive to delay and jitter, such as voice and video. Finally, management, which addresses the complexity of support and the loss of corporate control. IT centrally manages and supports mobile workers' connections and equipment, and transparently configures and pushes security policies to the remote devices. In terms of components, the mobile worker solution is made up of three major types of components: those located at the mobile worker's remote site, corporate components, and optional IP telephony and other service components that are sometimes embedded into the worker's laptop via soft phones and other applications. If this is a home worker, the required home office components are broadband access, typically cable or DSL, a remote VPN router with quality of service functionality, and a laptop or desktop. Optional components include an IP phone, wireless LAN, and Cisco video telephony cameras. However, mobile workers can connect from multiple locations, in which case laptops are all they have. The rest of the infrastructure is facilitated by an increasingly welcoming business and public infrastructure. This infrastructure provides broadband access and basic connectivity, where wireless dominates. For the corporate head end, you will require a router, a VPN concentrator, or perhaps a multifunction security appliance, such as the Cisco ASA, as well as authentication components and central management devices. Typically, resiliency is built into the termination of the IPsec or SSL VPN tunnels. We've been using remote access for a while in the business environment. The traditional mobile worker solution is based on a software VPN client on the remote user laptop or desktop, but it also suffers from several drawbacks that historically have pushed technology development toward the power user and servicing the power user. The traditional solution provides a low level of accessibility. For instance, it does not allow for the deployment or support of advanced applications, such as voice, video, and video conferencing. The traditional mobile worker does not have access to quality of service for efficient delivery and prioritization of traffic. It's a best effort environment. The traditional solution also provides inadequate security because security relies on the end user, and IT has no control. In traditional solutions, IT does not control configuration, management, and support. This is also left for the end user. Solutions for the business-ready mobile worker overcome the weak points of its traditional counterpart. Let's take a look at some of the reasons why. Here they are. The business-ready mobile worker solution is driven by the explosion of broadband access in recent years, specifically wireless connectivity, from Wi-Fi to WiMAX to 3G and 4G efforts on the cellular and wireless spectrum. More and more mobile workers can connect to corporate resources. As they roam across wireless networks, their connectivity may be affected due to automatic IP address changes performed by DHCP. Roaming transparency is then required to make transitions smooth and allow for uninterrupted connectivity across wireless cells, even inside a campus. With the advent of SSL VPNs, the mobile worker obtains access from unmanaged devices and from a multitude of locations. This results in a variety of security concerns. The likelihood of connecting from vulnerable or even infected machines makes integrated endpoint security one of the most important features of any mobile worker solution. Cisco Network Admission Control, Cisco NAC, overcomes this issue. Central management is also crucial. The challenge becomes providing support to potentially thousands of users, connecting from all over the world, 24 hours per day. Solutions such as Cisco EasyVPN and the Cisco Security Manager allow for central policy management and automated deployment of those policies. Reliable architecture complements the solution, typically utilizing multiple VPN concentrators, acting as head ends, and providing redundancy and resiliency. Ultimately, mobility solutions must take into account all of the resources and conditions the mobile worker finds at the physical office. The tools of the trade for this virtual office solution must include security, management, flexibility, and transparency features, which we have discussed. We cannot talk about a mobile worker solution without talking about VPN solutions. Two popular options for providing remote access are IPsec and SSL VPNs. The transparency of IPsec VPNs, in terms of application support, is offset by the need for client software installed at the connecting machine. SSL VPNs provide clientless technology, if we assume that web browsers are universal and already installed in the most popular laptop and desktop operating systems. However, SSL VPN clientless technology comes at the expense of application support. Some non-web applications may require additional components to work with the solution. When looked at from a security perspective, both technologies allow access into mission-critical assets. Both require integrated endpoint security controls. SSL VPNs may need to enforce more stringent security policies, not because of the technology itself, but because users connect from non-managed devices most of the time. Ultimately, both technologies will integrate into your remote access solution to provide effective connectivity for both managed and unmanaged devices. In summary, mobility, security, and management challenges have resulted in a new vision for remote access solutions for mobile workers. These workers are empowered users who access their mission-critical applications securely and efficiently. They also collaborate internally and externally and participate in the management of their own infrastructure. However, in choosing the correct technologies and solutions for these workers, security authentication, quality of service, and management become critical issues.